Mm, 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 mm. It's late, definitely late, but it's all good. Definitely all good. Trying to get everything set up in here right quick. It ain't gonna be. I'm not gonna be in here long. I ain't talking long tonight, man. Definitely ain't talking long tonight, man. I am just doing a little bit of a check in, just random check in, man. Um, I just got done, trying to sure up the video here for the Royal Blend Vintage. Gotta hide my face because it's so beautiful. The camera wants to focus on it. There we go. But yeah, I just finished doing the review. Which, to be honest, man, I had done that review so long ago. I mean, I had been wearing that thing for like 2 months, and I hadn't hadn't done the review on it, man. So I was like, man, let me get off my ass and make sure that I do the review for this thing before I move on to everything else. Because I like leapfrogged that review like so many different times, man. Like, and I had people that were like, man, what's going on with the vintage? Because I got bourbon sitting here right now, man. I've gotten fortunately it's been cool enough for me to get like a wear or two out of this one too. But I had people asking me about the bourbon and to do a review. I was like, shoot, I ain't even done the review for vintage yet, man. So I wanted to go ahead and do that. Let me check the chat. Bro, what's going on? Kicks Griffey in the building, my man. What's happening with you? The Scent Connoisseur, Alabama in the building. Those Royal Blends are all nothing short of amazing. Yeah, I mean, you know what? I like them. I like them, man. The bourbon is actually really nice, man. It reminds me of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Like real talk, like as it gets into the dry down. My wife was saying that it kind of reminds her of Moncheries at the opening, and actually it does. If y'all ever have had like a Moncherie, it's that liquor filled cherry chocolate candy. It's really that. But as it gets into the dry down, man, you get more of the spices, you get more of the cinnamon vibe that kind of comes up in it, man, and it really is beautiful. Now, is it my favorite in the world? No, but it is really, really good. I like it better actually than I like vintage. This is a unique creation too. It's not, people were saying it's a Paradise clone. It's definitely not a Paradise clone. It's definitely not that. It's their own unique thing that they're doing right now with French Avenue with that Royal Blend line, and they did a good job on their first like venture into their own unique DNA. Joel the Sensei is in the building. What's going on, Joe? Still in the day, man. Sarah Lemon Line, I should say. Lemon Line is really good. I was one of those that I never added to the collection, and I think I'm probably going to go ahead and do that for like the summer, because Lemon Line is actually thick enough to where it's not going to be like a super. It's not one that is going to be like, oh, this is something I want to wear in hot weather and pour it on me. No, but like light sprays of that in the air in a good like on a good breezy summer day might actually be really, really good. Say, Gator, do you have other shells for your frags? No. Well, I have the ones that are in the background for the videos all the time. The Manceras that I have kind of listed down here. I have a few of them in the bedroom. Actually, I don't know if y'all have ever seen well, y'all probably have never seen the setup in my bedroom closet, but my wife has set up like it was like 3 like individual box shelves to where you can put one fragrance in each box. And those are usually for like my more of the niche style, your Louis Vuitton and stuff like that. And then I had all the other ones kind of lined up on shelves, but then I started taking some and like bringing them to storage and stuff. So I do have some still sitting in there, and I'm hoping to have a display set up to where I could have everything in one room. I'm probably gonna have like some like smaller shelves like underneath right here. This thing, I don't know if you see it. This chair is actually a pull out to where I can pull it out and make it like a little bed or whatever if I wanted to. It's basically made for, if my wife and I wanted to kind of lay down and, watch a movie on the big screen up here and all that kind of stuff, we could do it. So But yeah, I will introduce that new shelf, that new thing in here shortly, and then I'm not gonna go any higher here. I have the slat to do it, the slats I found, but I'm not going to go any higher. I thought about going lower, but I want to keep it to where there's a little bit of space down here in room. I'm going to actually do like a setup where there's going to be like these. I found some gray wall pads, so it'll be like literally like wall pads right there, and that's probably going to be where I'm going to have like my setup when I do dope discussions. When I do that show, it'll be like sometimes it'll be from the other setup in the room. Sometimes it'll be right here if I want like just a change of scenery, which I'm going to be doing a lot of that, man. I'm going to be doing a lot of changes of scenery. I'm going to be on the road a good bit, man. Me and one of my coworkers, Taylor, man, she's awesome. We have been talking about doing some interview segments on the Beltline, and she's got some connects in that range. So we're going to be doing a good bit of moving around coming up soon. It'll be fun. It's gonna definitely be fun, man, to get out there and do some stuff. I'm looking forward to interviewing folks. It's gonna be really, really nice. But yeah, man. So I was kind of checking in, yeah, man. I wanted to give everybody, man, a thank you, definitely, man, for all the birthday wishes and all that from yesterday, man. It was awesome to actually get those birthday wishes in. And hold on, I'm gonna do one little thing right quick because I forgot to do it. Forgot to bring them in. If y'all hear all the noise going on, it's because I'm walking into the other room and speaking to my wife. Hey, wifey. Hey, boo. And coming back into the other room here. But yeah, I don't know if y'all guys saw it earlier. I did the reaction for the camera, not Kawa, the new one, the Dukan. So I got Dukan here, and I like it. I'm gonna probably get a full wear on it. We got a little bit of a cool snap that's coming to Atlanta, so that's actually at the right time. So I may see if I can get a chance to actually wear it this either tomorrow or Sunday. The one thing I will say about this one is when I did the reaction, I was picking up how my skin was warming it up a little bit, and I was getting a lot of tobacco that was kind of popping up, a little bit more incense. It's the weirdest thing. The tobacco and the incense, they start to get stronger. And then as the fragrance progresses, they start to die down a little bit and you get more of that original Camera DNA. So where I was thinking, okay, well, the Camera is kind of that sickeningly sweet type Camera style is kind of backing away, and I'm getting more of this interesting tobacco and incense and stuff like that, more masculine feel. I was like, okay, if this is gonna be the rest of the fragrance, I'm good. Then, with a little bit of sweetness from the Camera coming in the back, that's fine. But then, like, off my skin, and I'm talking just strictly off my skin because I had sprayed it on, it started to kind of like back off the tobacco and stuff. And you started getting, kind of Camera with a little bit of a smoky nuance. So, but a little bit. Less than I wanted it to be. I'm going to give it a full wearing, though, and see what it does, man, because it could actually just be how it was set up that day. And actually, I'm about to turn my down because I don't want it to be too loud here. I'm gonna turn it on low. All right, let's see. So I see you got that Odyssey Aqua. That is my center today. It's a beast. Odyssey Aqua's good, bro. Odyssey Aqua is good. This one it surprised me that I liked it the way I did, man. It's nice. It's fresh, man. It's got this is going to be, I'm going to be doing probably, I think I talked on my last live about these videos that I'm going to be doing when I do my giveaway. The fresh videos. So it's going to literally be like 3 videos that'll be on these spring summer scents. And those spring summer scents, I'm going to have a question in the video. You got to answer the question and like the video and subscribe. And then you get entered into the competition, however many times that you answer the question and, all that kind of stuff. I'll get into that again later. But this is probably going to be one of the fragrances that I talk about. And then, happy birthday to me, I got in another one. So, and I'm going to talk about this because I'm going to actually do a review on this one, man. I talked about the Kelly and Jones Mezcal Anejo, one of my favorite pickups, man. I love that house. They've got some really nice booze-inspired fragrances, man. They've got wine-inspired fragrances. They've got mezcal and tequila inspired fragrances. And one of the ones that's always in my videos is the Mezcal Anejo. I love that stuff, man. I talked about it. And I think, Kix, I sent you some of that Mezcal Anejo too. Well, Kelly, the sweetheart that she is, she was like, I saw, I sent her the video. I said, hey, I was talking about the brand a little bit. I was talking about the fragrance. She was like, that is awesome, man. And I want you to smell the new thing that I'm doing, though. It's like, the new thing? It's like, yeah, I'm doing a new fragrance. I actually start bottling it, start distributing it. But it hasn't really, been one that has really had a rollout yet. But I want you to see what you think of it. And I was like, okay, cool. So she sent it over as a birthday gift. So this is the Mezcal Azul. And this is the new thing that she's working on, right? I put this on a strip. I haven't done a full wearing on it yet. I put it on a strip. When I say this, so I talked about the Mezcal Anejo and how it's a great spring and fall scent. It's more for like a cooler evening type of vibe, or when the weather's not too hot. But if it gets super hot, this may not be the fragrance for you, to wear, because it does have a nice resinous, ambery, tequila, smoky vibe to it, man, with that little peach in the back. Gorgeous fragrance. But it's not something you want to wear in high heat because it can get a little cloy. This is for high heat. And when I say it takes the boozy aspects, so it's got agave embers in it, right? So basically you're getting the, agave, natural agave is, and she's used all naturals here. It's really sweet. It's got this kind of like, it's not super, super sweet, but it's almost kind of like a nectar type of vibe to it, man, right? So she's got a couple of like what they call, not mystery notes, but basically like kind of made up notes, synthesized notes. Crystal Sky is one. It's not a real note, but there's one that she's got called Creosote. Creosote is the stuff that you find in, now this is where the problem's going to come in. Creosote is what you get out of those little logs or whatever, but that's not the creosote we're talking about. What she's talking about is creosote bush. Now, creosote bush is basically a desert flower, desert plant. It's almost like a cactus. And what it does is it's basically like, it's one of the big bosses in the desert, man. It's the one that stretches its roots out and strangles other roots to get the water. And the flower blooms on the creosote bush smell like rainwater, right? They call it, if you look up creosote bush, they call it the aroma of rain. And that's exactly what this is. When I first smelled it, I was like, this is a watery type of vibe. It's got like this subtle sweet background from that agave. It's kind of an agave nectar. It says like cactus and agave embers, but that's what I get from it. It's like a little subtle sweet in the background, but it's got that rainwater type vibe to it. And then it's got almost like that Crystal Sky is almost like a slightly ozonic, not completely over the top, slightly ozonic with it. Man, when I tell you this is fresh, it is fresh. It wears beautifully, but it still has the mezcal DNA. You still pick up some booziness from it. And I think it's basically because your mind, when it smells agave, it kind of it renders the feeling and the sense of tequila, of booziness. And that's what it has. When I say this stuff is good, It is really, really good. I can't wait to get a full wearing on it. I can't wait to do an actual review on this one. This is gonna be one of my favorites, and this is probably gonna be one of those fragrances that I use on that summer set. And I got plenty of good questions to ask about that fragrance right there, man. You can see we got in the chat here. Kick Dave, amazing fragrance. Yes, you did. Oh, yeah, I did. I sent you that Mezcal Anejo, man. The Mezcal Anejo. Now, I don't know if you've had a chance to wear it in heat yet. Don't wear it in the super high heat. But you're in an area, man, in LA where you can wear that in the evenings, man. And it's cool. And man, you talk about how that thing is gonna play in that cool air, especially if you go down to like the ocean front. I bet you that thing is gonna be just stupid in the air, man. I know it is. Oh, let me get this close this out right quick. But yeah, man, the reaction on this that I've gotten so far, I'm hearing a lot of people talk about how good this is. I think it's really good. I saw Ross had posted something just now, as a matter of fact, said, yes, Latafa Kamra Dukan is great. I haven't had a full wearing on it. I know that he was saying that he was going to go ahead and put a full wearing on this thing today. So I may have the same reaction to it. But from what I've smelt so far, it's pretty good. The only thing that really threw me about this fragrance is, like I said, as it was sitting on my arm. Now, I will say this is a long sleeve, right? So I sprayed it on my arm for the review, the unboxing and everything, right? And I had to like hurry up and throw on the shirt or whatever. So it was weird because I jumped out of the shower and I threw on the blue shirt and everything because I didn't want to wear a long sleeve during the review. I mean the unboxing. And so I put this back on long sleeve and was kicking on my way. Well, I was smelling it through the sleeve, which makes me think that this thing actually has some pretty damn good performance. It makes me think that this thing has some stellar performance. If I can spray this and smell it like glancing whiffs of it through my sleeve, throughout the day, then that means, and it was just that spray that I did on the live. Not on the live, just that spray that I did on the review. It was just that spray right here. And it was still picking up this was like 2 hours into it. I'm still popping it and it's popping through my sleeve. So that makes me know that this thing has some power behind it. Like I said, my only concern is that the power that it has, the whiffs that I was getting were Camera DNA whiffs. It was more of the sweet side of the Camera. Now, again, I don't know how long the smokiness is gonna play as I would do like a full wear. But we'll see. I'm excited to learn what it's gonna do, man. I'm very excited about it. All right, so one of the other things that I have been doing the last couple of days is trying to make sure that I get the way that I have my fragrances kind of arranged right now is I put all of my stuff that's in testing and that needs to be reviewed on the bottom shelf here. With the exception of the ones like on the very end, and they're just going to kind of move and rotate because everything that you see on the shelf is probably going to end up rotating around a good bit over the next few months in the summer. And there's going to be a lot of new faces that are going to be popping up in here. I'm probably going to, I'd be scared to put a Louis Vuitton in a video now. Like, in all honesty, I'm very hesitant to put anything unless I'm doing the review on it. I'm hesitant to put any type of Louis in a video, any type of Tom Ford in a video. Even if the Louis is in the background, I don't necessarily want to do it put it in a video. That's how, I wouldn't say paranoid, but that's how like uh cautious I am in this sense. But especially if I have other fragrances up here that are inspired by, which I do have quite a few that are sitting there inspired by us. Um, but the way this is going to go is going to kind of rotate around and everything. I did the video for Vuzini, so that's going to rotate. This one, the bourbon is going to move. Coconut Lagoon. I've been doing some somewhat testing on this, and if you see how this thing has some juice going, right? That's because I had been doing like some respray. I did all kinds of testing. A lot of these, when you see where they have a nice little size dent, and it's like I just got it. A lot of that is because I will do like respray tests on these things. Like, be like, okay, let me see what the top notes do. Okay, that's what the top notes did. They evaporated after an hour or 2 hours. Let me respray this thing again and see how this thing progresses. So I actually do like real testing on these fragrances, man. I don't just sit there and just give it a whiff one time and be like, okay, this is what this thing is gonna do. I'm literally gonna like spray it again and again and get some real good testing and see how it actually functions and how it, does. So that one's going. I got a review coming. I got the Vulcan Foy. I've already done the review on that. I actually did the review on this one. I just have to edit it. This is the Rayhan Crimson. I've already, like I said, recorded the review. I just got to go ahead and put it up. It's going to be coming up this week. I did Vintage, and that's going to be this week. Jean Lo Vibe. This is another one where you can see the dent. Some of it I decanted out to a couple people too on this one. So not all of this is just testing, but I did do a lot of testing with the top notes on this. And I did a lot of comparison with this one and this one, this Pinus White. So I did a lot of comparison between these two, really just to kind of see where it was going. And then I also did a good comparison between those two and Coastal Breeze. So I took all three of these. There's another one that I got that's going to be coming in that I'm going to be doing some testing back and forth with. But I really wanted to see how these are working compared to the actual Pacific Chill, which I had a 5 milliliter decant of the Pacific Chill. So I had been kind of wearing all of them side by side. And I've already done reviews on Pinus and on Coastal Breeze last year, but I am going to do a comparison with those versus the Jean Lo Vibe. Once I put the Jean Lo Vibe video out and how they actually compare to the actual Pacific Chill. Just a little bit of a spoiler on that. While this fragrance is dense, it is super dense. That's the thing you get. It's almost a frothy type of density when you get this compared to the original Pacific Chill. The issue that I have with Pinus is the longevity on that thing isn't where I would want it to be to say it's such a dense fragrance. I get around the same longevity on Pinus that I get from Orin, which is the afternoon swim one, the gold boat here. Get about the same longevity, right? Maybe a little bit more. But that's after it's matured. When I first got this and I first did the first initial review on this a year ago, because it's been almost a year now. When I first did that, no, I mean, I was looking at somewhere in the range of about 5 hours longevity, maybe. Now I'm looking at around 6, 7. So it hasn't improved a whole lot, but it is noticeable. Here with the Vibe. So there's a lot of hate for Vibe out there already. And I think it's because for some reason, man, people don't like the Jean Lo's. And maybe it's because Immortal was a poor adaptation of Immortal. I mean, of L'Immensité. To be honest, though, I like Immortal a lot. It's on its own. It amped up the ginger that's in the original, and for me, it just I liked it. I liked how it amped up that ginger note. It was one of those inspired by fragrances that changed something. and the change that it made, I liked. So having both of those in my collection, which I do, having both of them isn't redundant. If I want the original kind of swag with it, I go with you know the Lemicite. And if I want that higher ginger, higher aromatic vibe, I go with the Immortal. So I also, one of them I like a lot too. There's another inspiration of that, and I'm gonna have to do a Lemensity versus as well. Is this one? This is Luciano's Magnitude. I actually like this. I get more compliments on Magnitude, believe it or not, than Lemensity. And I think it's because Magnitude's got a little bit of an additional sweetness to it. And I think it's the woods, the way the woods kind of present, and also the top note in here is a little bit the way that the top note, the citrus comes in. It's a sweeter citrus, which is probably a quality issue. It's just not, they can't nail the actual citrus note. But what they did do actually made it come across as a little bit more appealing. Like I had a lady stop in her tracks. I was coming into the post office one day, and I opened up the door, and I was walking, and I opened up the door for her when she was coming out. She was like, "Thank you." And then all of a sudden I heard a and I was turned around, and she had popped the door to keep it from closing, and was like, "Damn, you smell good. Man, you smell good." And I was just like, "Thank you, thank you." And I started walking away. But yeah, it's got that kind of pull to it. I get a lot of compliments when I wear this, a lot. So that's the Luciano one, believe it or not. I get more compliments on that than I get off of the actual laments today. But yeah, so vibe is good. Vibe is, I, some people say they get an alcohol blast out of it. On the initial sprays of this, I got a little bit of alcohol. Um, as I wore it a little bit, as I started to go through the bottle, I decanted it out, and I do that with all my fragrances. I'll decant them out sometimes just to make sure I have air in the bottle. I usually do an 8 milliliter decant so I can have it on me everywhere I go when I actually wear the fragrance. So if I have to refresh, I'll do it. But that also, it helps because it allows you to get some air into the bottle, and it allows it to mature. And with some of these, especially your Maison Alhambras, your Middle Eastern stuff, sometimes that little extra time to mature, getting air in the bottle helps, and it helps a lot with this one. It helps a lot. I like it. It's really smooth. It is a very smooth rendition. The Luciano Coastal Breeze has a little bit of a brutish apricot, and I love the apricot. It's one of the reasons I love that one so much. But the thing is, it's a lot different than the actual Pacific Chill, in that the Pacific Chill comes in a little smoother. The Pinus White comes in smooth as well, but the fruit blend is off, and it comes across a little frothy as well. It's weird. It's way too dense. This one comes in with the correct density. It comes in, the fruit blend is slightly off. You get a little bit more of the orange in here than you do the apricot. But as this thing dries down, going into like that second, maybe that towards the first hour, you start getting a little bit more of the apricot nuance of it bubbling up. So then the apricot kind of takes over the citrus blend a little bit more. I like it a lot. I really do. And when I do the review on it, I'm going to actually throw that challenge out there, man. A lot of people have some things to say about it, but I think it's really good. All right, let me get back to the chat here. Joel said, "I'm still undecided, and my next fragrance purchases, I'll wait until the inspiration kicks in." Yeah, so one of the things I've been doing recently is I've been kind of chilling. I've been trying to make sure that the stuff that I bring in is stuff that I know that I'm going to enjoy. There's a couple of them that I have in the maturation drawer right now. One of them is Fragrance World Salt. I sprayed it out. It was an interesting fragrance, and I think it's not purportedly a inspiration of wood sage and sea salt, but it kind of comes across that way. It's got some like red berry in there that you can kind of pick up the subtle sweetness in, but it lasts like shit. It lasted literally on me for like an hour and a half to 2 hours. And it was basically just clean linen. That's the fragrance in general. It's just clean linen, just a clean smell, salty. It's kind of like dense salt. I threw it in the maturation drawer because it's got that performance has to get better. Definitely has to get better because the performance on it is whack. So I'm gonna let it mature a little bit. Like put that air in the bottle, decant it out. Gonna let it mature and see what it does. If the performance goes up, it might be a nice little clean office scent that you have to refresh after 4 to 5 hours. But hey, that's just that dims all the brakes. Let's see. Hey, what time is it travels? Time for sit. What's good, OG? Wore that new Dior perfume today at a funeral. I got around 10 compliments. Oh, yeah, 10 is nice, man. That's the Dior. That's that new. And this is one that 2025. Everybody's like, Dior parfum. It's just, yeah, yeah. Okay. So you got 10 compliments off that thing. Just saying. Folks, be talking because stuff has changed from what they're used to. But sometimes, man, change can be good. And it's all right to have a little bit of variation in your life, man. But anyway, I don't think people smelled that before or something. Never had that much attention in a from a fragrance. Bro, it's because so what Francis Kirkjohn did with that one, man, is he tried to make it more mass appealing. Now, frag heads, we love the way that Dior Homme parfum was in the 2020. We love it, right? But it's not really what modern perfumery is. Yeah, it's a classic and it can, stand the test of time, but it's not what's hot right now. What's hot right now is what that Dior Parfum 2025 really is, man. You're getting a little bit more of those sweet aromatic nuances. You do get some solid notes in the base of it, but you don't have as much of the makeup-y style of fragrance going on there. You have a little bit more of like, akin to more of your JPG style with that one. And it's really good. It doesn't sacrifice the Dior quality. And that's the main thing. Oh, y'all just say what's up to each other. Yeah, man. Yeah, so I'm gonna say now, man, that's a fragrance that I think I will eventually pick up. I'm definitely gonna pick it up. I don't know when. It'll be soon, but I'm gonna pick it up. There's other fragrances on the list, man. That I right now am like, I need to go ahead and pick up first. By the way, Joe, one of the fragrances that I think you might actually like. Um, I was so excited when I got this, man. Um, and I haven't even had a chance to wear it in hot weather yet. But I got it a few months back. Actually, I think December. This is Acqua di Parma Blue Mediterraneo Mandarino de Sicilia. Okay. You can't really read the orange, but Acqua di Parma. Yes, Acqua di Parma. This is a photorealistic tangerine. Like it literally smells like you're peeling a tangerine, man. And in the middle of peeling that tangerine, you just go, you know what? Ah, that's what it smells like. It is definitely a photorealistic tangerine. As it gets down into the dry down, you get a little bit of this spearmint, but it comes in so subtly and so light that it just basically feels like the tangerine went from being photorealistic and rindy to being more of a fleeting aromatic, and you're getting like nuances of mintiness just kind of popping in the air, man. It's really nice. It's really good. The mint does smooth it out a little bit as it gets into the further dry down. I really think that this is going to be one of my favorite summer scents. If I'm looking at summer scents, this one. And it's not that expensive either. I think I paid like 80 something for it. A lot of people get turned off by the Aqua de Parma for some reason. I'm not exactly sure why that is. Maybe people feel like it's old school, or I don't know what, but and don't get me wrong, it's not necessarily like a JPG bubblegum youthful either. It is a more mature style, but there's nothing like having a photorealistic citrus, and not like a sweet citrus, the synthetic style citrus type vibe. There's nothing like having something like this in the air, man. This is one of those that paints a picture of something. And it paints a picture of a beautiful day that you're, sun soaked, and you've got the breeze blowing, and you're just sitting there in the sun looking over the fields of wheat that are out there, or fields of grapes, and you're like literally just like biting into a mandarin orange after a hard day's work, like, yeah, this is the life. That's this. That is this. And it's really good, man. So yeah, I mean, that was what I'm looking forward to. Still Life in Rio. I've talked about that. I'm every time I get the chance to tell people, I'm telling people, go with this instead of afternoon swim. If you want afternoon swim, if you like the vibe, and I won't even go as far as to say, if you really want like an alternative to that $400 bottle, $300 bottle of afternoon swim, get this for right at $100. The Still Life in Rio. Get that. It's a more complex, more complex afternoon swim. More complex, and to me, smells better. Coconut in the back of that thing, and the rum. Oh man, it's vacation. Vacation in a bottle. Vacation in a bottle, man. You say I might get a 10 mil of the what is that? 10 mil of the patchouli mojito from Blindography. So I've heard of patchouli mojito, but I didn't know who made it. I heard somebody mention it. When we went to we did some fragrance creation last night, man, for my birthday. My wife took me over there to Indie House in Alpharetta, Georgia, man. We had a chance to like create our own fragrances, man. And she created her Regal Queen. She's in a sorority, so she made hers, and it smells really, really good. And I did one that I called Bebu Beta Blend, because I've been having this idea for a fragrance in my head for so long. Actually, a line of fragrances in my head called Bebu. So, yeah, there's a story behind it, but I've been having some ideas about it, and I wanted to, when you go to those fragrance creation classes, it's kind of one of those things where you're going to make a scent that's fairly linear. You don't have options to like, you're going to get sandalwood. You're not going to get Australian sandalwood. You're going to get bergamot. You're not going to get Calabrian bergamot. You're not going to have all types of forms of rose. You'll just have one type of rose. So I couldn't get into the nuanced perfumery, and you can only pick out 5 notes. So, but I did kind of put this blend together where I used an apple. It's just like a red apple. If it was my own, it would be a green apple. But it was like apple, tobacco. Had a little bit of oud in the bottom. I had bergamot at the top, and then I had some amber resin in it, and actually it was interesting. Smelled interesting. It was very linear because of the way that you're kind of limited in the way you could dose it. But the bare bones of kind of what I was thinking about putting together were there, and I'm gonna go back and create a couple more, to be honest, because there's a bunch of ideas. I have them all sketched out as far as like the way I want to put together a fragrance and how I want it to present. When I go ahead and start creating these things, I'm gonna get in the lab soon. Let's see what you got in the chat here. What up, bro? What's going on? Who Tinsel man? What's happening with you, bro? How's the married life treating you? Gotta ask you. All right. What time says I just got a clone of Bond Number 9 Lafayette Street. It's made by Metropolis. I think I've heard of the house of Metropolis. It's made by Metropolis. It's called 9th Avenue. Yep, that's the one. Cost $40. Novice, I'm telling you, I couldn't smell the difference from the real one on my skin for 9 hours. Okay, cool. That makes me think I need to go ahead and get it. That makes me think I need to go ahead and get it because I have heard about it. You know how you'll hear about stuff in passing, and yep, that's it right there. The Emperor, Metropolis, Ninth Avenue. Yep, that's the one. That is the one. You know how you'll hear about stuff in passing, and you'll be like, okay, what's going on with this one? That was one of them that I heard about, and it's on Amazon for like $28, which is interesting. Uh, that's one I may have to bring in because if y'all know me, y'all know one of my favorite fragrances is Lafayette Street. That was definitely one of my favorites. Like I said, nah, let's get it, bro. Lou just will say, go, bro. Yeah, look, hey, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about that one. I put it in the cart already. Um, because you know what? Lafayette Street, man, that some people don't like it. Some people they say that it smells like urinal cake and stuff like that, man. But it's actually pretty good. So the key to Lafayette Street to me, and this is why, as much as I love the Game of Spades wild card, I still throw this on a lot. But the issue that I have with wild card is that it's missing the part of the fragrance that I really love, which is that entry point where you have that green apple that comes in and it really just kind of lights up your senses, bro. It's like you get the florals that are like coming in and they're nice and they're creamy. You get into the woody, the essence of it. It's the creaminess of it as well, but it's the apple. It's the green apple, and I mentioned putting green apple in my fragrances too. So that tells you something. Two of my other favorite fragrances of all time, Carlisle and Red Tobacco Intense. What do they have in common with Lafayette Street? I'm a sucker for the green apple, man. I love the green apple nuance, man, and it has it in spades. But it's in there, and it doesn't show up in now going into the dry down after like an hour and a half. Once the green apple nuance kind of leaves out of Lafayette Street, yeah, yeah, they you can't tell them apart. You can't, you can't. But yeah, I mean, and that's like next day you can't tell them apart when you put strip to strip. But it's missing that opening. It's missing. It doesn't nail that opening, and that's the only like gripe that I have with Wildcard. All right, said since IRL, what's going on, bro? What is happening? What is happening, man? I'm over here shooting shit. Just really, like I said, I initially just kind of jumped over here to tell everybody, man, thank you for all the birthday wishes and all that kind of stuff, man, and to share some of the things that I got. I actually got a package today, man, um, from Harlem Company. I am interested. That's going to be on one of my decant dives, man, coming up. I am very interested in um, the Langston and the Speakeasy. Those two fragrances, man, I am super interested in smelling those. It's going to be hard for me to not smell them for 2 weeks because I've got like my decant dives for the next 2 weeks are packed already. I have the day 3 one this next week coming up here. Which when I went to the indie house last night, they had a lot of day 3 stuff in there. But so the day 3 one's there, and that's got Trace Oros, Scott Allen, and Escondado, I believe. And then the week after that, and I may switch these up, but the week after that is going to be Mancera Cinque Terre, and Juice Box's Feeling Chill. So those be those two on that decant dive, man. I'm excited about it. I had ex vetiver on that one as well, but it was a 5 mil of the ex vetiver. I went ahead and cracked that open, man, and the ex vetiver is what I'm getting. Like I'm literally getting X Veteran. That's the Juliet has a gun. I love the Ego Stratus, which is their blueberry one. Um, it's a blueberry blue, and it's really nice. But I like X Veteran better. I actually like X Veteran better. So I'm definitely getting a bottle of that coming in soon. It's not that expensive too. I'm just waiting on it to restock on discounters. I'm probably gonna go ahead and get that one. Looking forward to it too. But between that, my summer's gonna be fresh. Between that and between this beauty right here, man, y'all don't understand how excited I am to talk about this one, bro. Like I was surprised because as big a fan as I am of the Kelly and Jones fragrances, man, and like I say, Kelly happens to be somebody that I like a lot. She's cool as hell, man. So like she's one of those people that I've talked to a lot of times as far as like fragrances and things go. So having her, you know, kind of share one of her little secrets here with me. Man, it was an honor to have that happen. But with a lot of the mezcal stuff, a lot of it kind of comes across a little heavier, with the exception of like the mezcal verde, which to me is like green Irish tweed with a little tequila in it. But a lot of the stuff kind of came across a little heavier. Mezcal Roja was another one that's really good. Has a cacao in it, like a realistic cacao note, and it's beautiful. But they still wear kind of heavy. So when I got this, I was like, okay, well, it's going to be kind of more in that vein, that ambery vein. No, this one is fresh, fresh as hell, and I like it. I really, really like it. I cannot wait to wear this. I cannot. But I'm getting in my fresh bag this summer, man. I'm like, I want to get stuff that's uber fresh. Luministe. I actually got to smell that last night. Justin Copeland talked about it on his channel a couple weeks ago, and I was like, hey, that sounds like that's right up my alley. He was like, you gotta put your nose on it. So when I saw it in the place last night, I was like, yep, I'm putting my nose on it. And he was right. It's one I gotta get, man. Acro Smile is another one. Man, Acro Smile. I smelled it last night, and I was like, that's another one. Even my wife was like, yeah, we getting this. I was like, we? But yeah, so Acro Smile is definitely another one, man. That's coming. Let me get back in the chats here, man. Happy birthday, man. I appreciate it, man. I definitely appreciate the birthday wishes, man, from everybody. You especially right now, everybody. Say happy birthday, bro. You really inspired me to start a fragrance channel. Man, do it. Do it. Do it. Let me get my Shia LaBeouf. Do it. So I'm gonna be going on with Randy, Fragrance Dude, in a couple of weeks, man. And I tell him all the time he was the one who really like. So I had been watching a bunch of people. A lot of people watch Ross. A lot of people watch Dedrick and them. One of the fragrance channels that I really am a fan of, and I think we're gonna be doing something soon, hopefully too. Is Nate over at Paragon. I mean, hell, if anybody knows Paragon is one of my favorite fragrances from Initio. And I love his channel, and I watch it all the time. And I was like, man, I need to go ahead and do a fragrance channel. And my wife was like, yeah, if you don't do a fragrance channel, soon you ain't gonna bring no more bottles in. So I was like, okay, goddamn. So I went ahead and started my channel, and I was still kind of stagnant. And I was like, okay, well, I need to get a new mic, and I need to go do this. And I don't like how that came out. I need to get a new camera, and I need to, and Randy had a series where he was talking about how to get started. And one of the things he said is just do it. Just pick up a damn camera and start recording. He started this fragrance channel with like 20 fragrances. And I was like, you know what? I got more than 20 fragrances now that I could talk about. So I was like, you know what? Just do it. Just do it. I think he started with recording on his phone, his iPhone. So just do it, because if you don't do it, if you don't shoot your shot, shoot a shoot. If you don't shoot your shot, it ain't got no chance of going in. So he really inspired me to do it, and I will tell you the same thing. Just do it. Just do it, man. Just it doesn't really, even if you do it on your phone, Um, I remember this isn't necessarily fragrance related, but I remember when I first started doing like podcast stuff. I literally had a tequila bottle, and I propped my phone up on the tequila bottle and hit the record thing. And on the little platform we were on, and we were just going back and forth, and I got my phone leaning on the tequila bottle. That's basically it. That's all you got to do, man. Invest in a tequila bottle and go ahead and start your channel. No, but really, man, just do it, man. Just whatever it is, bro. Just go ahead and do it. I have another friend of mine, and I consider him a friend. TJ Jones, and Lou Dissel. You probably know TJ from oh my God, I'm not even be like, what the fuck? You blanking on it on the Saints channel, man. Why am I blanking on TJ's channel? Because I was just literally listening to his report on Derek Carr tonight. Yeah. But he's starting his closet, right? I don't know why I keep thinking Sports Coma. That's Big Q. I don't know why. Sports Talk with TJ Jones. Let's just say it like that. But man, he started in his closet, like literally just kind of holding the phone up in his closet, bro, and recording like that, and recording his shows and stuff like that, just in the closet, bro. And now, he going to the combine. Folks are inviting him on shows across the country to talk about the Saints and his opinion on things. So, bro, it's just got to start. Just got to start. All right. Let's see. What's up? Thoughts on Prada Ocean Rosa EDP? Prada Luna Rosa Ocean. I like the EDP a lot. It throws people off a lot of times because of that little caramel in the back. For me, when I first smelled it, it kind of threw me off too. But this is the thing about Prada Luna Rosa Ocean, the EDP at least. The parfum is to me a little bit smoother in the way that it presents, but the way the caramel comes in there is a little bit of a choppy thing. And at first you might be turned off by it. But the more you smell it, the more it just grows on you to the point to where you're like, I like that. And especially when you're wearing it, because you'll be thinking, okay, I'm fresh, I'm doing my thing. And then you get these little facets of caramel, that sweetness that pop up. And you're like, who's that? Who's smelling like that? And it's coming from you. So it was one of those that I liked wearing. It was a bottle that I emptied. So that'll tell you how much I liked it. But it was good. I actually like it a lot. Let's see here. Say, LOL, the wives don't play. They don't. They really don't. It said, LOL, my girlfriend said the same thing. She spoke in Tagalog. If I don't start bedroom activities will cease. Hey, look, ain't nothing gonna get you in line as a man. Ain't nothing gonna get you in line faster than that. Because you know what that means. That one phrase means no nookie, no kisses. You better not think about this. You better not think about going out with the fella. You better not think, just that one. That's the shutdown of everything. So that means whatever I wanted you to do, you best to do it. So, hey. Let me see. A cool story. State of the Saints. Thank you. Thank you. I knew you knew, Lou Dissel. I knew you knew. State of the Saints podcast. Why I couldn't think of State of the Saints podcast. He does have Sports Talk with TJ Jones as well, too, I think now. But yeah, State of the Saints podcast. Why I couldn't think of it? And I literally was listening to it a little while ago. That's probably why I couldn't think of it. They say, who that? I'm from New Orleans. That's what I'm talking about. Who that? Y'all know. Hell, my damn background is an alligator with a Saints jersey on. And all you see is the big fleur-de-lis on the head and on the shoulder. That's all the time, man. I wear a lot of Saints gear on here, so y'all already know what time it is. Already, man. From Baton Rouge, Louisiana, born and bred as a Saints fan from the get. So hey. Yeah, you say, yeah, he's getting big now, man. TJ is getting huge now, man. Say, I agree that product EDP, you have to get used to it. I'm on my second bottle. Yeah, you get, but and that's the crazy part about it. Like I said, when I first smelled it, it was a little off-putting, the little caramel nuance in the back. So the reason I ended up getting it because it was gifted to me, and I wore it. I was like, oh, okay, this is, oh, okay. It got the little, oh, okay, but I was like, I'm gonna wear it. Because when I wore it, it was a little off-putting to me, but somebody gave me a compliment. This girl gave me a compliment. So I was like, oh, okay, well, it's off-putting, but I'll see what it do. But the more I wore it, the more I liked it. The more I liked it, the more I sprayed. And the more I sprayed, the less I had. And next thing you know, I was out of the whole bottle. And so it works. It worked. GM, what's going on? What is going on? What is that? Is a damn Cookie Monster? Like, what is that? Gian got a whole creature on the live. Just say that's what's up. Let's see. Why no work? Gian said, why no work? I don't know what that means. Gian at work just not be. Oh, you talking to Joe? I was like, oh. Said like the live peeps. Yeah, definitely, man. Go ahead and like the live. Just go ahead and like the live. Hit the thumbs up button. Whenever you get the chance, hit the thumbs up button, man. I appreciate all of that. Definitely hit the thumbs up. So yeah, man, I think I may actually get you've awakened some scent memories in me now. I'm thinking I might actually get the because I found it a stupid price recently. Because a lot of people are flocking over the parfum version. Ain't nobody checking for the EDP like that right now. On the Prada Luderosa Ocean. I might actually cop that bottle. Now that I'm thinking about it, now you got me on the side of where I'm thinking about getting it. I might just get it too, man. Go back to my little man. So this is the other one that I got in testing. This is the Ahmad Al-Maghribi Blue. So this is supposed to be like a Blue de Chanel inspiration, and you can pick up a little bit of the blue. Like somebody said, it was a Blue de Chanel parfum inspiration. Hell no, it's not. It has a little bit more of the EDP style in here with flashes of the EDT. It actually is sneaky in its longevity. I thought it was gone off my skin, but what I found was that I had gone nose blind to it, and people around me were smelling it, and I wasn't. I think a lot of Ahmed Al-Maghribi fragrance are like that because cough is like that. Cough is like that where you spray it on and you think it's gone, but that shit is still on you. And you won't even realize that it's on you. You won't even realize it's popping. You get like random whiffs of it and be like, oh, I guess it's still here. But it's the people around you that you're walking. Because I was 4 hours into this, I thought it was gone. I ain't smelled not a lick of it. And I walked on the other side of the room. I think I shared this story. I walked on the other side of the room, other side of the building. And my coworker was like, oh, you smell really nice today. What is that? It was this. It was the Ahmed Al-Maghribi Blue, the Blue de Chanel inspiration. It's not the best Blue de Chanel inspiration. It's got some variation to it as far as what it does, but it's in that wheelhouse. This is Blue de Chanel's cousin once removed. Like it's that kind of vibe to it. But I'm gonna do a review on it because there's some things I really like about it, and there's some things I don't like at all. So yeah. But that's all on that bottom row of stuff that needs to get reviewed. I'm spending some more time with Vulcan Sable. And once I got probably in the next week, I'll go ahead and drop the review. I dropped the review on Fue quick, but I wanted to spend a little bit more time with Sable because the temps had kind of gone up a little bit. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to kind of ease back off of it until I get a chance to actually really give it a true test drive. That was Gabe's birthday. What's up, Novice? Nice setup, man. I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it, man. It's a lot of fragrances sitting up here. It's getting better. You got to check out Ralph's Club Elixir. It's fire. I caught that joint at Marshall's for 55. So Elixir's in there for 55? Well, damn. Shit. Man, okay, so I've smelled Elixir. I don't have it, but I've smelled it. And so that might not be a bad pickup, man. The Ralph's Club stuff is a little bit underrated, and I don't exactly know why. A lot of people aren't really on that Ralph's Club train. I would think they would be because of what that DNA is, but a lot of people aren't on it. Haven't figured out why just yet, but a lot of people aren't on that train. But I mean, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. I think so. Especially 55. Shit. Lou Dissel was like, my wife broke my decant of that Al McGreevy Blue. Yeah, I remember, man. I might have to get you another decant of that, man. Because it's good, man. I really like it. Like I said, there's some things I don't like about it, but then there's some stuff that I do like about it. But if your wife broke the decant, I guarantee you that you was smelling it in the room for a minute. I already know you're smelling it in the room for a minute, man. But yeah, I think those are the ones that I had for review. And I keep putting this one off. And I don't know why I keep putting this one off. And I need to really put a review out on this. And the reason why, this is the Celestia Blue. And the reason why is because it is the best office for men inspiration out there. I had them side by side, wore them to work side by side. You after 5 minutes, you don't know which one is which. You don't know. And the only reason I know which one was which is because the Office for Men comes in with the bergamot just slightly brighter, and then it just dulls, which is the weirdest thing about that fragrance. I don't know why it does that, but it comes in like ding and then ding, but it's still bright. It's just really like overly citrusy at the top, and then it stops. But it's almost like it does it like in a flash, like it flashes and then regresses, but it's a smooth bergamot. This one, same thing though. It's just a smooth bergamot. It just doesn't have that initial ping flash. But the flash only lasts for like a minute to 2 minutes at the max, and then it's gone. It's completely gone. So after that, they're the same. They're literally the same. Like I'm literally the same. So if you want that overhyped, over expensive ass excuse for a fragrance in Office for Men, you gotta go this, because this is a lot, man. And the longevity is stupid on this. I got like 8, right at 9 hours. Well, I know I got 8, definitely, and it stays on clothes till you wash. So, I mean, the DNA of Office for Men is simple as shit. Bergamot and Ambroxan, fresh stuff. You know, that's really what it is. It's just an overdose of Ambroxan. So why they're charging that much for it, I don't know. But what I do know is this is probably around $23, $24, $25 at the max. And you get the same exact vibe. So that one, I really do need to drop a review on. I really do. I got a what you call it, that just came in, a notification from the Solid Monster, man. I'm a big wrestling fan. What can I say? I think I mentioned this the other night on my live. But I still sending out my prayers, man, to the family for Kevin Castle, man, Wrestling Soup, and John and everybody out there, man. Definitely sending out prayers. We lost a good one, man, Monday, man, Kevin Castle from the Don Tony and Kevin Castle show, man. One of my big inspirations to get into podcasting. You know, I listened to them for years, and I mentioned on the live the other night, man, Kevin Castle, that hit me because, man, the Don Tony and Kevin Castle show was a stability thing, man. Every Monday night I'm listening to them after these shows, man. After Monday Night Raw, you know, before there was a fragrance community, man, before there was Fragcom, there was the IWC, the Internet Wrestling Community. and we was deep. And man, they were a staple, man. Like I said in that live, man, you know, they were it was like stability during a time where I didn't have much stable in my life at all. So, you know, I really felt that one, man. So I had to, you know, give the RIP out to Kevin Castle's family, man, and well, you know, RIP to Kevin Castle, and you know, man, much love and prayers to his family, bro. Um, It said that Ralph Club elixir do smell good, very underrated. It said, say novice, no, you know, novice bro, gotta ask you, what's your overall fragrance? What's your overall fragrance right now? Um, I guess you said like my overall favorite fragrance right now. Um, excuse me, because when you ask that question, bro, like it chokes me out. It's hard for me to choose like a favorite. It really is, man. Like it literally sends my brain into like shutdown. What was it? We were on Charm Show a couple weeks ago, and they asked like, "What is your favorite fragrance of all time in the collection?" That shit broke my brain, bro, because I couldn't really get it. Say sorry, my girlfriend on one. Yeah, number one of all time. I can't really pick. Because there's some, bro, that I am a huge fan of. Lafayette Street, I always talk about that being like one of my favorites. Carlisle, definitely one of my favorites. Blue de Chanel Parfum is really, really up there as favorites. I'll talk about Red Tobacco Intense. A lot of those with those apple notes and nuances. One of them that's a dark horse for some people. I love Fugare's Second Soul. Second Soul from Zaharoff, the discontinued joint, was the one that Justin Copeland created. Second Soul, I was able to find a decant of that thing, man, and I covet that shit. I ain't gonna even lie. I covet my 10 milliliters of Second Soul. Man, oh my gosh. Bro, the booziness, the fougere nature of this thing, the lavender, bro. This is modern fougere masterpiece of modern fougere, bro. This is one that I could, man. And it's one of those that it's like it's got to be the special of this of occasions for me to throw this on. Like this is like I'm coveting every single drop of that fragrance that I have. Every single drop. But yeah, man, it's hard to say what is like my favorite, like my number one, because I people think, okay, I just pick up fragrances and you know I just stack them up and it's it. Here's the thing: every fragrance on this wall is either a strong like, or a like, I should say, or a love. I can't think of any fragrance up there that I'm just like, oh, I'm just gonna get rid of that shit. You know, if there is a fragrance that I'm like, I'm gonna get rid of that shit, I get rid of that shit. Like I get rid of it, give it away, do this. I get rid of it, sell it, whatever. You know, if I come across a fragrance that I pick up and I'm doing like a review on it and I don't like that shit, I'll say, you know what, this shit is trash or whatever. I'm gonna sell that shit right afterward. So most of the stuff up here I love. I mentioned the Lafayette Street and all that kind of stuff. A dark horse in that category is this one. This is okay. All of these fragrances have the apple note in common. This is Brioni, EDP Intense. Of course, this is oud and apple. This to me comes across, and lavender, of course, in the man, but this to me comes across as like a fougere-ish vibe, but not quite. It comes across to me as a blue fragrance with oud in it. Not like blue oud, like Latafa and what you call it. This comes across as an actual blue with oud. And I love that stuff, man. I absolutely love it. Um, Man, Virtue's Vanilla Oud, of course, is another one that's a love for me. The more time I spend with this one, This Terramez EDP Intense. The more time I spend with this, the more I like it. Oh man. So yeah, man, it's hard. That's a hard question, bro. It breaks my brain. It really breaks my brain. Now, if you were to ask my wife came in here and you asked her, oh man, I can't even front on the like eternal wood and stuff. This is good too. Man. This man Sarah. This is another one that's in that category, is like one of my favorites. If you ask my wife that question though, when she came in here and you're like, babe, what's your favorite? She coming right here. Bing. Zaro the most wanted. Without question, without hesitation. And then she's picking up the man Sarah. Eternal Wood is her second one. And the notes they have in common, toffee. Toffee. One of my other ones, green apple. Again, Spice Bomb, EDP, Night Vision, EDP. Another one of my favorites. I love wearing this stuff. In the fall, especially. Another one, the green apple. So it's safe to say that any fragrance that has green apple in it is probably going to escalate itself to be one of my favorites. I know that was a weird answer to that question, but it's so hard, man. That just broke my brain. All right, say, yeah, man, I got like 10 number ones. Yeah. But it's like that. Like me looking at the wall and being like, okay, I can pick this, I can pick that, I can pick that. But you should feel that way about your collection. You know what I hate? And I've seen a couple of people do this, man, online. And I've seen some people, they'll have their fragrance collection out and they'll be talking about their fragrance collection, and their fragrance collection is basically full of shit. It's full of a bunch of stuff that they personally think is some bullshit, but they got the bottles. And my whole thing is, I don't like to just blind buy just randomly. I'll do some clone stuff for like reviews and stuff like that. But if it's a clone that I review and I don't really like that shit, I'm not about to sit here and just keep the bottle. Man, I'm giving that shit away, or I'm selling that shit. One of the two. I'm not going to keep it in my collection unless it's something that I can find some utility in that I want to go back to, right? But so to say that is also to say that most of the fragrances in my collection I have an affinity for, and some of them I have an extreme affinity for. And by some, I mean a lot of them I have an extreme affinity for. There's one that's in the background of my videos a lot, the Linsumi is one that I have an extreme affinity for. I talked about the Mezcal Anejo. I have an extreme affinity for that one. A lot of the Manceros, Kumquat Wood, just the Manceros alone, Kumquat Wood, Aqua Wood, Eternal Wood, all the woods that they got. But also, Amberful is another one. So much utility, so versatile, an amazing fragrance. But there's so much utility that I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh man, that could be a favorite. The question Charm and them asked was, if you had one fragrance that you could keep and you had to ditch all the other ones, what would it be? And that one broke my brain because I wouldn't want to lose any of them at all. But you should feel like that about your collection. You should feel like, I don't want to give up anything in my collection. Everything has a place. Everything has utility. Everything is something that I could go and talk passionately about to somebody because I have a love for this particular fragrance art. And that's really what it is. It's the art of it. Even when you're dealing with clones, some people say that cloning, and when you have clone fragrances, it's not art. There is an artistry to cloning a fragrance. Not every company does it well. So there is definitely an art to doing it. There's an art to making changes to a fragrance to make it inspired by. There's also an art behind the presentation of a lot of those clones. So even though it's not high art, even though it's almost like looking in. You watch like Emeril Lagasse on the Food Network. Right? You see the food that he's cooking. A better example for somebody like me back in the day, I used to watch a lot of the Neelys and Paula Deen, right? So you're watching them people on Food Network and you see these beautiful meals that they're creating and they put a recipe on the side. I can go and I can recreate that recipe. I could try to recreate that art. It ain't gonna be good as Gina and Pat Neely's. right? But I'm trying to recreate it out of the love of that particular fragrance, or the love of that particular meal. Because I love what that is doing, you know. So I'm paying reverence to the art of what they're doing, right? And I can make that for my family. While if I go to Paula Dean's restaurant, I'm gonna be charged $70, $80 for that same meal. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to make it for my family off of the recipe that they provided so that I can feed my family and give them a little bit of the experience of what they would get at Paula Dean's restaurant without being charged Paula Dean prices. Does that mean that I don't like Paula Dean and not Paula Dean and I'm just taking money out of her pocket? I'm actually trying to feed my family and keeping money in my pocket by doing that. So I don't think there's a problem with clones in that sense. It's still artistry in its own sense. So I have a respect for all of the works of art that are on my wall and on my shelves and in my bedroom and in storage. And, you know, let me see. Justin Copeland, the GOAT, he got me on that Chris Collins, Ooh Galore, X-Ray, the Parfum, my number one niche. Yeah, that man, Justin is a beast, man. Justin is a beast. He said, "You breaking my brain too. I know, bro. Hard question to answer." He said, "Oh, no, Liz, what's going on? What is happening, ma'am? How you doing? You up here late at night?" Yeah, I didn't realize I was on here this late. Yeah, but it's good seeing you on here, man. It's definitely good seeing you. I'm just up here talking, just trying to, talk to folks, talking about my birthday stuff and everything, man. It had a great birthday and, um, just kind of just chatting with my people here, just chatting around. But yeah, man, it's very hard to answer. But yeah, we go back to the Justin thing. Justin is one of those guys, man, who is not, he's gonna bring up some stuff that just like left field stuff that you will be like, dang, I didn't even know nothing about that. And a lot of the stuff is good. A lot of the stuff is really, really good. Like that Luminist, I actually smelt it last night. He was talking about that being like a high weather banger. And it is. It is. He's into high perfumery. He's into like the art of perfumery, which is why he's not a big fan of like clones. He's not the biggest fan of Mancera, although I don't understand that part because Mancera's got some nice stuff. He's a big fan of Kumquat Wood, though, which is one of my favorite fragrances of all time. And I don't even see Kumquat Wood up here. Boo. Vetiver Sensual. I got, like I said, I got my Mancera sitting there on the side. This is Precious Oud, which Precious Oud is another one, bro. Another Mancera that really needs some love, bro. It really does. It is unisex, but it leans masculine as it gets into the dry down because the tiramisu sweetness in the background, it is just playing as an accent on that Laotian oud. It's a really smooth, softer oud. But man, that paired with the whiskey in there, you talk about some good stuff. And a compliment magnet in the wintertime. Oh, this is the Vetiver Sensual right here. I got my Manceras in bags in the backside. I put them in my video in bags. Here we go. Kumquat Wood. One of my favorites. He talked about Kumquat Wood, I think on the video today. And what you're doing with this one, man, Kumquat Wood, grapefruit, and vetiver. That's really what your superstars are in this. If you like vetiver fragrances, especially vetiver fragrances that have kind of an ambery nuance to them, a little bit of resinous nature to them, with that amber coming in, this is where you got to go, man. Kumquat Wood is so underrated. People do not talk about Kumquat Wood at all. But look at the dent in here. This is, and I think I said this on a short one time. Every year, every fall, I break this fragrance out. And every fall, this is the most complimented fragrance in my collection. every fall without fail for the last 3 years. This is my most complimented fragrance in my collection. And it's because it's got the grapefruit in there. So it's got this like this citrus pop at the top, but the way that the grapefruit kind of dries and kind of merges in with that vetiver, it comes across almost as like a tartness that's going on in here. And I believe it's got a little bit of sweetness from like a vanilla in the very base of it. Now I don't even think it's listed in the note breakdown, but you could definitely pick it up. It's there and it smooths that thing out like an ambery. It's probably some benzoin. Now that I think about it, because it has this ambery resinous nature, but at the same time, it's not overly sweet. So it's probably a benzoin that they're using in the base of this thing. But gorgeous, gorgeous, man. Okay, you say Cumcat Woods sounds like something you'd pick up for your husband. You should. I think he would like that. If he likes, so Liz, now I think I mentioned this on one of my lives. You weren't here for that live, but I think I mentioned you on one of my lives, and I was like, Myrrh and Tonka, that Joe Malone is the exception to the Joe Malone rule. When I was at the fragrance creating thing last night, the girl who's conducted the class, she was like, so I don't know, a lot of you people have heard of Joe Malone. Well, what's the one knock on Joe Malone fragrances? And everybody that was in there was like, they don't last any time. They don't last long at all, right? I was like, the exception to that rule is that Myrrh and Tonka. That stuff is so good. You recommended that one to me, and it's on my list to get. It's on my pickup list already. I've got like a fall fragrance list, and number 2 on that list, it was at number 1. Number 2 on that list is Myrrh and Tonka. And number 1 now is I'm about to go pick up the list. It may still be at number 1. I'm gonna go check. I thought it was down at number 2, but it might still be at number 1 on that list. Myrrh and Tonka. But anyway, I think he'll like this because it's got that veteran. I think you'll like it too. It's got that. It's like it's not it's a dry vetiver, right? With that grapefruit. So it's a really dry way that it comes across, slightly smoky. But like I said, it's got something in the bottom, like a little bit of a resinous nature to it that makes this thing super appealing to people. I love it. Like I say, one of my favorites. He said, you got, man, Sarah Black Gold smells good, talks about it a lot. I had Black Gold, man. That's one of them that I sold. And here's why. Not that I didn't like Black Gold, but I just felt like I had something that was super similar to it. And I can't remember what it is now. It was something I had that was very similar to that DNA. And I was like, I left it alone. I cannot remember. I'm gonna have to look it up. And he said, oh my goodness, he loves Myrrh and Tonka. And so glad you love it. Yeah, because I when you mentioned it, I went and got a decant of it that I brought in. I smelled it. I said, yeah, yeah, yeah. In the fall and winter, that stuff is gonna bang. If y'all have never smelled Joe Malone's Myrrh and Tonka, get your nose on Joe Malone. You can get like a decant on Amazon for it. Joe Malone's Myrrh and Tonka. It'll change your life. That's that type of fragrance when you put it on, your significant other gonna smell you and be like, "Where the hell do you think you going?" No, I'm just chilling with you, babe. She'll be like, "I thought so." It's that type of fragrance. It's good. It's really good. I like it a lot. You say, what's your top 3, man, Sarah? That one can break my brain a little bit too. But if I had to pick my top 3, man, Sarah, and this is gonna change from time to time, I can tell you that now. Amberful. This is a newer release, of course. Amberful is, but the utility, the versatility in this thing, and you can see the dent in here already. And now a lot of this isn't me. Some of this is somebody else who got like 30 mil out of my bottle, and they probably watching this live right now. And yeah, I'm giving you that eye. But yeah, Amber Fool, definitely one of my top three. Eternal Wood, and both of these were actually released this last year. Eternal Wood, Toffee, and Woods, Toffee, Sandalwood. Man, I believe he's got some Gaiac in here too. Precious Woods. Man, this is, they took the Oud for Greatness vibe and the Hultane vibe, and they made it sweeter. They let that toffee just run throughout the life of it, so that even when it gets into its like bare bones 8 hours in, like with those other ones, when it gets 8 hours in, you don't pick up any sweetness at all. It's mostly woods and oud. This gets like a heavy dose of that Azaro Most Wanted style, but richer toffee, all the way into 8 hours in the dry down. You picking it up with those woods, and it's so good. This is. I said it on another live. 5 years from now, people are gonna look back at this fragrance, and don't get hyped now. 5 years from now, people are gonna look back at this fragrance and say this is one of the best that they put out. Cedroc Boise is always good. Oh man, Vetiver Sensual, I got that sitting right there. Vetiver Sensual is always good. Precious Oud, I mentioned that a second ago. But see this stuff right here, this silver blue. If it'll focus, it might not, because that light is lighting. The writing might be faded a little bit. I was picking it up so much. No, it just do that. Oh, my face is in there. When my face is on the screen, the camera wants to focus on my face, if my face is on the screen. So I got to make sure I hide my face, so the camera will say, you know what, I got to find something good to look at, because as long as my face is on there, it's looking for the goodest looking thing on the screen, which would be me. But Silver Blue, man, awesome fragrance. It is not a blue fragrance, just, so y'all know, but most of y'all who are in here know that. The caramel in here, it's that fruitiness that comes across at the top, that blended fruit with it's like, throwing fruit in a pan and, simmer it to reduce the sugar out of it. That's what it is. And then you get the caramel coming in the background with some woods coming down and deeper in the dry down. Man, surprisingly fresh, really nice fragrance. I love this. So that would be my top three. That's going to be subject to change because there's so many good Manceras. Fig Me Up is going to probably be in that list next year. I went through my 5 milliliter decant of it and ordered another 5 milliliter decant of it. And I'm waiting for them to hit discounters. I'm waiting on Fig Me Up to hit discounters because that stuff is good. It's much more fruity than I got when I first started smelling it. It is beautiful. It's a beautiful fragrance, man. And you start picking up that tobacco as it goes further into the dry down, just little nuances of the tobacco mixing in with the fruitiness. And like I said, when I first smelled it, the rhubarb was bringing about this vegetal feel. But man, it plays so well with the way that the fig leaf comes in as it gets into the dry down. And then you get like an added sweetness that starts popping in around that 25, 30-minute mark. And it gets more and more fruity, less vegetal, more fruity as the dry down comes around. I love it. And it's going to be in that list. Trust me. All right. And let's see. Oh, Liz was laughing at me. I know. You say, what's it called now? Which one? The Jo Malone? Myrrh and Tonka. It might actually be Myrrh and Tonka Bean, but I think it's Myrrh and Tonka. Jo Malone, Myrrh and Tonka. Myrrh and Tonka. Myrrh is good, man. Myrrh gotta be good. That's that stuff Jesus used to wear. If Jesus could wear myrrh, then I can wear myrrh and be banging in it. So just saying. But man, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, man. I need to go ahead and get things together for tomorrow, man. I thank everybody for hanging out with me, man, on my little post birthday thing. We still gonna be doing the thing. Like I said, I got a couple of stuff, a couple of reviews that I got to drop this week. I recorded Vintage, recorded Crimson, Rayon Crimson. Still got to record Orin, which is the this is the other one I got to record, the Afternoon Swim inspiration, which is better than advertised. I ain't gonna even lie. It is a lot better than advertised. And then of course the other ones that I talked about, the John Lowe vibe, the Royal Blend bourbon, and the coconut lagoon. Look at that. Again, this is another one that has been decanted by not just me, but yeah. this That's another one I gotta talk about. It's so good. I love that one. I can't wait to wear that out on a island somewhere. I got my island rotation is gonna be fire, because along with Still Life in Rio, Mediterranean de Sicilia, Vuzingi, and Coconut Lagoon, and Jean Lo vibe, man, my island rotation gonna be stupid. I mean, I'm telling you, it's gonna be nice out there on that island. I'm telling you. What you got? What you got? What you got? Oh, thank you. Happy belated birthday. Thank you. She said, yes, Coconut Lagoon. I love it. Yeah, it's good. I love Coconut Lagoon. It is, man, it's better than advertised. And I really think that when that high heat, like I did get to wear it on that cruise that we took, and it really popped. But I'm looking forward to wearing it like on another one where it's like when it's dog hot outside, just to see how well that thing starts popping off the skin. I'm looking forward to that. I really am. Yeah, I got some good, and then I have some other ones that are popping in that are going to be coming in soon. Um, man, there's one that I don't even want to talk about. I'm super excited about, and then of course this. Whew, I can't wait to do the review of this. I may wear this tomorrow. Y'all just don't understand. Y'all really don't understand. This Mezcal Azul, just the freshness behind it, just surprised the shit out of me. This tequila, fresh notes, man, that might work. All right, guys, I am out of here, man. Peace out to everybody, man. Y'all have a good night's sleep. If y'all on the West Coast, y'all stay up. You know, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Probably I might drop a live on here. Ain't no telling. Depends on how what I got going on up in the building, man. But I will see y'all guys later. Peace out. And just in case I didn't tell you earlier, which I probably didn't, whatever you're doing, however you're doing it, make sure you make today the best day ever on purpose. Peace out.